Welcome to Talk and Throttle. Today we're reviewing the 2025 BMW S1000RR. Before we start, I'd just like to thank BMW Montana Motorrad for lending us this S1000RR 2025. If you're in the market for one of these or any new or used BMW motorcycle, please give them a shout. They'll always give you the best possible service and hook you up with the ride of your life. Since BMW has entered the Superbike market, they slowly but surely started to take over more of the market portion and changing people's perceptions regarding BMW and superbikes. Even winning the SBK in 2024. There's been a few versions of the S1000R since it launched 15 years ago. In 2025, they updated it again, and this is what we have. The biggest update for 2025 is the winglets. They're a little bit more aggressive, and from the front, it reminds me of a certain type of fish. But anyway, at 300 kilometers an hour, you're getting 23 kgs of downforce. Most people are never going to see 300 on this bike. But at 200, you're getting 10.6 kgs of additional downforce. And at 150, you are at 5.9 kgs of downforce, which is a 50% improvement at 300 compared to the previous model. The other thing that has been integrated has been these brake ducts, so that at on track use, that you can cool the brakes cooler. On normal road use, I would say to blow the dust off it. Right, so if we look at the stopping power of the bike, it's got 320 dual disc brakes, fixed 4-piston calipers. At the rear, we've got a 220 disc brake with a single piston Brembo brake. This is a 999cc inline 4 with titanium valves with BMW Swift Cam technology that allows it to make more power at the lower rev range, and it kicks out 157 kilowatts, which is 210 horsepower, 113 newton meters of torque, which allows this bike to reach a top speed of 303 kilometers an hour. I'm still a big fan of the frame. All that happened for 2025 is a new paint scheme. Alright, then if we look at the other little bits and bobs, so your rear set is totally adjustable. You've got 6 different mounting points over there. You can take your rear brake forward and backwards. Nice piece of little bit carbon fiber over there. Then we've got an Aerodynamics exhaust. We'll start it up for you guys shortly. Then we've got the aluminium swing arm. Again, it's got a new color for this year. We've got the M forged wheels on this bike. Then we look at the rear suspension. Then we have the Mazorchi rear suspension, which the preload and the dampening can be adjusted electronically on the bike. Then in the front, we have upside down telescopic forks with 45mm diameters, preload, rebound and compression stages adjustable within the TFT display, and obviously your rocker switches over here. Okay, when we put on the bike, the TFT display, 6.5 inches. There we go. I've currently got it in the sports dash. You can toggle that around. You've got all the normal navigation, media and that type of things. You've got your My Vehicle. There's a normal dash. You've got cruise control on this side. You can, in race mode, you can change the dynamic traction control and the dampening and so on with this rocker switch. If you're not in that, it will give you an error that says it's not in the correct riding mode for that. Pretty standard normal BMW stuff. You've got this rocker switch where you go into the menu and so on and change stuff. There you've got the My Vehicle and so on. You are able to adjust a lot of settings, so let's see if we can find that for you. Nope, nope. You're gonna go across, you're gonna go into settings, down, assist, vehicle settings, riding mode preparation. So you'll see you've got rain, road, dynamic and race as a standard. Race 1, 2 and 3, you need to select, deselect one of them if I remember correctly, and then it opens it up to give you different versions on configurations on the race. Change it up a little, you can go here into the configuration, and there in Race Pro configuration you can change the engine setting, the engine brake, the traction, the wheelie control, the ABS, the dampening and all that type of nuts things if you want a little bit more of customization. Otherwise, if you're not somebody that's going to notice any differences or know what to do, you just keep the normal race, dynamic, road and rain, and then we go. You've got the alarm system. As you go down in this vehicle settings, you also have the shift light configuration, the pit lane limiter, the DDC collaboration. So this bike has got all the goodies for it to be, for you to go to the track and have an amazing time. We've got the BMW M clutch lever and brake levers fitted on this one. If you don't take these as an option, you do get the normal BMW brake levers you would find on the new GSs and that type of stuff. Right, if we go down here, we've got a quick shifter, which I must say is probably the best quick shifter you'll find on any BMW. And you've got an M endurance chain with the M package, and there is another sensor that tells the bike how much suspension is in use at any given time, and so on. The screen is comes up a little bit higher. There is 3 versions of the screen you can spec. This one is the one that goes up the most, and I must say I didn't feel too much wind. It works for a Superbike, it works brilliantly. And then just the last view from the front on that looking mean with its lights. All right, let's start up. It's got a lekker growl once it starts dropping revs. The BMW M Endurance seat, I must say I am a fan of this seat. On the way here it was comfortable. It's a little bit wider. It's got enough cushioning, and I actually think this seat is better than on a BMW R18 standard seat. The 2020, pre-2025 R18 though. Yeah. Let's get going. Let's show you guys how it is on the road. All right, guys. Let's get it going. All right. I can tell you on the grass, it works fine. As long as you don't pull the throttle too much. All right, so first things first. Riding position, you are obviously in a very aggressive riding position, as with all Superbikes. However, the fact that you can change where you want your foot pegs to be, your rear sets, change exactly where you want the gear change, as well as, thank you, the rear brake. That does help with comfort to get it done exactly the way you would like it to be. So for a Superbike, it is very comfortable in the Superbike range of how comfortable it can be. Suspension, it is firm. It is always going to be firm on a Superbike. Currently I've got it in road, which is the softest. As you change it to the dampening and stuff, and you do play with that, and you go to dynamic, it stiffens up even more. If you go to race, it's going to really stiffen up even more. But that's what you want on a bike that you're going to go to the track. You want the suspension to be stiff and give you a lot of feedback from the track. So again, this bike, if you are just a fan of superbikes and that's what you want to use on the road, by all means, it's the pick of the litter. If you are buying it to go and play with it on track, it's got all of the bells and whistles for that, and that's where it's truly going to come alive. You're not going to use even 60% of its full capability on public roads, and even then at 50% you're going to be breaking laws and so on. So it is usable. You can use it on the roads. It's just, you just need to keep in mind it still stays a super bike. It does handle beautifully. If you want it to turn in, it turns. If you're leaning over, it's easy to lean over. Even in 6 in low rev, there's a lot of power. You never feel there isn't enough. The gear changes is phenomenal. It's as smooth as a knife through butter. Probably the smoothest on any BMW I've ridden. It just has so much power on tap. The throttle has been shortened, so it only takes 58 degrees from closed to fully open. So no need to change your wrist or re-grip it. But geez Louise, if you just pull it a little, there's so much. Wow. And it truly comes alive. Not that it's not alive below 8,500 RPM, but it does feel like it's going to its happy place if you go past 8.5 RPM. You can totally ride this bike like a civilized human being and be low in the rev range, have enough power. If you pull it, there's enough power. Look what it's doing at 6. And I'm just like twisting a little. You can absolutely keep within speed limits, but when you want to, and you want to give it a little bit of joy, it's a complete hooligan. It's like, hold my beer, I'll show you. If you open it up and you're meaning to open up at full taps, the acceleration is so severe that it will blow off your granny's underwear. You have to take this bike to a track to try and even at a track, you're most probably not going to get everything out of it. Oh, photo. Especially depending on your skill as a rider, it's going to dictate how far you are going to push it on the track. Alright, let me go past. Oh, we're going to accelerate. Yo! It really takes your breath away. You can absolutely drop a gear and open it up, but there's just no need. It goes from fast to very fast in split seconds. This bike needs to be respected. It's not a situation where you can get too comfortable or start getting cocky. If you pull it, there's just so much and you're just so fast, so quick. Right, in 6th gear we are at around just below 6,000 RPM on 120, and there's really enough pull even in 6th gear. Like if you just open it up, you just accelerate insanely. Let's quickly address a few things that we haven't addressed thus far. 0 to 100 at 3.2 seconds. Claimed fuel consumption 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers, and the bike's weighing in at 209 kgs. The bike comes in 3 different color schemes: black, stone blue, which is just basically a darkish silverish color, and then the M colors. If you take the M color option, it's only available with the M package, so then you'll get all the M bits and bobs. If you're in the market for one of these S1000RRs, if you take the normal black version and you take the comfort and the race package, you're turning around at 380,000 Rand. If you want the M performance one, you're looking at 480,000 Rand. You can deselect the carbon fiber wheels and go for the M forged ones. That would reduce the price by another 42,000 Rand, so you'll get about 440. Obviously dealers are running specials, and it's best to go and actually knock on a BMW Motorrad's door to see what price they are going to be offering you. But off the website, you're looking at anywhere, because quite frankly I haven't seen a BMW in the last 5 years that doesn't have the comfort package on it. So you're always going to be, for the new 2025 version, it's either going to be between 350 and 480. If you add all the carbon bits and bobs, you might be turning over 500 for it. In summary, it's a great bike. It's got enough power low down in the rev range. When it goes past 9,000 RPM, it turns into something completely else. It's really a bike where Uncle Ben's words to Peter Parker, where a lot of power comes with a lot of responsibility, is especially true. So young Peter Parker, what are you going to do with all that power?
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like this video, please like it and then head over to our channel, subscribe, so that we can give you more content like this. And yeah, join us on this adventure and how we just live out our passion for bikes and life. All right, until we see each other again.